Welcome, friends. It is I, your Scarf, and it's time for the Sunday vlog. In the background, you see Twitchy Mirror. That's right, we got Twitchy Mirror now, and it's a pretty awesome skin. I like it a lot. I can't believe there's another skin for Ymir, though. And, we'll get to Tier 7 eventually in Smite. I know that already. We stream a lot of Smite, so we'll get Tier 7, and that'll be pretty cool there. Well, you don't get anything for Tier 7, but just to say we're Tier 7 in broadcasting would be pretty cool, since we do so much Smite in general anyway. So, let's see, we'll talk about Smite, of course. Talk about the patch, not too much at length, because there'll be plenty talking about that at the patch. Although I want to try to be brief as well in how I feel about things. Nuwa, of course, a bit sour about the treasure chest. That nuclear Ymir, Nuke Ymir, I want to play that skin, but do I want to do the treasure chest? Probably not, I don't know. And there's just, let's just do opinions already. Okay, we'll talk about Nuwa first. So Nuwa. That skin looks amazing. I am a dude. Sorry, ladies. I really like the underboob a lot. I also like side. I like all forms of boob. I definitely do. So my apologies to the ladies for admitting that. Although I don't know. I don't know. I'm quite bashful about this stuff right here. Because you want okay. When it comes to women, I like what I'm looking at. When the women are looking pretty hot, but I also would like to see better representation of women as well. I'd like to see more better clothed women or better armored women. Like, I want to see a chick in full-on armor. You can still rock it. A woman can still rock looking hot in full-on armor. It's doable. I've seen it in some games, but there's not enough representation of that. I just want to see sensibly dressed women, But damn, is that Nuwa skin hot at the same time. So it's both directions on that. I don't know what to tell you. I am bashful about that stuff for sure. But I think bashful's the right word, right? I think, okay. Nuwa. Old skin, awesome. Such an awesome skin. New skin, awesome. Such an awesome skin. They're both really good looking skins, but the thing around it, the fact that it was made in the first place is the thing that bothers me and also bothers Jinx is why? And the thing about Hi-Rez is everything they do, it's always, they do this thing because they think it's fun, and then there's always something wrong about it. There's always something wrong about it. And I'm going to go back to Jump. Jump pisses me off. Jump's hilarious. But when Jump was introduced, they said it will not affect gameplay. It will not affect gameplay. And there are always examples of how it stupidly affects gameplay. Back when it first came out, when you did Hercules' Earthbreaker, you could hop and completely ruin his pull. You could do that. In a match, depending on whether we use it or not, there's a Sobek arena, where I do Sobek's pull and he jumps at the same time. It completely Fs up Sobek's pull. And this is recent. This is yesterday I played that match. And that's no good. They're doing a bug fix where you could jump and ignore some of Hebo's slow on his scroll. So that's crap. And that's just one of the examples of what happens with Hi-Rez is they'll do something and it's just no. Jump's funny, but they completely screwed up the what's the word? Execution of it in the fact that it does affect gameplay whether they like it or not, and that just makes it a little dumb. Another thing, just going back into the past. Hi-Rez at one point said we won't have invisibility. We're getting more invisibility in this game. We have 3 invisibilities at this point. We'll see how much more we get. Hi-Rez said it was going to be all about skill shots, all about this and that, and we got, Nemesis' ult that cannot miss. We have Circuit's ult that cannot miss in a way, though it's a grab though, so fine with that one. And now we have Nuwa's ultimate, which cannot miss. You can't jump out of it. You can only Aegis it or using Changa's 2, or I guess Nemesis can survive some of it using her 3, and then Aphrodite's ultimate. Everything else, Banishments can save you as well. So Freya can save an opponent on accident, and Janus can too, and he can save himself using his portal. That's about it. Banishments are the only thing that don't get hit, and I believe they said Armillary Sash out of Naya doesn't get hurt, which is weird, so they might change that. Or they're theorizing that one at least, but this is the antithesis of skill, is Nuwa's new ultimate, which is the Karthus ultimate from League of Legends. The ultimate is, I push a button, everyone on the map gets hit. That's what the ultimate is. And you can argue it's only 400 plus 50%. Okay, that's 400 damage. Late game, it ain't hard to get a lot of magical power. It is not hard to get a lot of magical power late game. Nuwa can do about 700, 800 damage at her ultimate final level. That's a third of people's HP. That is a third. You're not going to limp away. You thought Neith's ultimate was annoying as hell when you're limping away? No. This is going to be great for that. So Nua's ultimate has two potentials still. One is finishing people off, and the other one is softening people up. And if you have a team fight at a Gold Fury or a Fire Giant, that ultimate is going to soften you up so bad you're not going to want to engage there. Like, you're just going to not want to fight because you're so hurt you got to go back, and you basically just give them the Fire Giant or Gold Fury, or you just try to steal at the last minute. You cannot engage in a full-on battle because of that ultimate. That's what's going to happen there. That's a smart way to play it, is just softening to the point that they can't do much unless they have a major healer like Hell or Ra. So that's the ultimate. It's very frustrating because when we were in closed beta, the players at that time were worried Karthus ultimate would show up at some point. We pleaded, we just said, no, don't ever make this ultimate. Ever. Please, don't. And here it is. It's here now. The ultimate antithesis to skill is this ultimate. That's what this is. And you can compare, like, there's comparisons, and I make more of the comparison to Ares than anyone else, because Ares is a beads waster. Nua's going to be an Aegis waster. You can say the same thing for Poseidon and Thanatos because they focus on their ultimate so much that you're going to use an Aegis on them, but that's on the scale of one-on-one. I'm talking about a big group. Make an entire team waste an Aegis is Nua. Make an entire team waste a beads is Ares. That's the comparison I'm making there. And just, damn, like, having Nua and Ares in one game, you just lose both your actives pretty much because you have to deal with both of them. Though Ares is more of a problem in Arena than Conquest, unless you know how to play him well, and then Nua would be more of a problem in Conquest and Arena. Like, in Arena, you can probably get away, even with her ultimate. It's 3-second build up on that thing. It's probably survivable by getting the base just in time, because your base is so close in Arena. Now, Ares and Nua in Siege could be something scary. And you're going to hate Nua in Assault. Oh, you are absolutely going to hate Nua in Assault, because you get low, you dead. You are dead again and again. That's all I know with that. And I already said her skin looks great. It's bonerific. It definitely is. And the recolors look really good. The portraits look really great as well. And they're going to let us have classic icons of Nua and Zeus. And I just want the classic skins and voice packs. I just want them to have all the things. The complaint is, like, the counter to that is you can't have all these things because it'll make the client bigger. But then the counter argument to that is they're adding skins to the game all the time in voice packs. They're already making the client bigger. And it's more things to sell. Like, they could sell classic Nua. Some people who come to the game will be interested and will like the classic Nua look. They just have to retexture this or that with whatever god whenever they make new remodels and stuff. Like, we can have classic skins. Classic skins and classic voice packs. Some people will prefer those things. And they can make money off of that. Like, we already see them trying to get money in so many other ways. Booster packs. Not booster packs, boosters. Boosters is the dumbest waste of money. Even if you're someone with limited time, what does it get you, guys? Does it get you to level 30 sooner? Which isn't really anything because they've already shown that MMR is what they care about. You build that up and you're fine there. Do you want to get the league faster? MMR again? Okay, boosters. I guess but wait. Why would you get boosters to get to level 30 sooner? If you're smurfing, fine, okay. But if you're new to the game, you're doing detriment to yourself because you need to learn to play the game. Getting masteries, I guess, so you can get more gods into league. Some more masteries in League. League in itself is flawed. You have to have this many masteries to play and stuff like that. It's a way to keep people who aren't very good out, but you still have people who are bad at a lot of gods who are forced to play gods. You got people who will get a bunch of masteries because they have to, and they're like, okay, the only thing open is Thor Jungle, so you have to be Thor Jungle. And it's like, I don't know how to play Thor Jungle. Well, you got to play Thor Jungle. That's all you can do. Like, your team will force you to do things, which is very annoying, and then you decide to do something else, and then they just give you crap for the rest of it. The game itself is probably not always the problem. It's usually the people that are the problem, isn't it? Because metas are player enforced. Like, the game itself creates the space for what you do to make the meta. But it's the players that make the meta and enforce the meta, and sometimes players are complete D-bags about it, and they just make no one want to play the game. At the end of the day, Smite's a good product, it's a good game, and what's going to kill Smite is if they make some big mistake on accident, but besides that would be the community itself killing everyone. Because you can only handle so much bull with other players before you just decide to stop playing. That's unfortunate, but that's just really how it is. But of course, Smite's at a size where it's probably fine. Like, it doesn't matter if it loses a bunch of people, it's going to gain a lot of people as well because Smite is getting popular. League of Legends or whatever other games. Like, unless you're losing a lot of people at one big time, you don't need to make a big change, I guess. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. What I'm saying is I feel like Smite is growing to a point where a lot of things are dropping the bucket for them, where it's not so bad, unless they see a major trend, which I don't think they're going to see anytime soon. The other part with Nua is why the hell did it happen, right? And everyone was saying 10 cent, 10 cent, 10 cent, 10 cent. And Hi-Rez said, no, it's not 10 cent. But I will say this. Okay, so they said it's not 10 cent, it's the Chinese audience. The Chinese audience did not recognize Nuwa. I can ask a couple Chinese people, they don't know who the fudge Nuwa is in the first place. They don't know who the hell she is. That will happen. There's a lot of people who don't know what anything is. I know a lot of people who don't know who the hell Zeus is, or who don't know, well, they know who Hercules. Hercules is the most popular dude ever. There are people who don't know who Thor is. There's people who don't know who Hercules is. Why did I just say Hercules? Who don't know who Zeus is, who don't know who Poseidon is, who don't know what a lot of gods are. How many people knew the damn Hindu gods? Not a lot of people. Like, I didn't know about Kali. Didn't know about Vamana or Rama. Or the only ones I knew was Ganesh. Ganesh is the only one I actually know because it's a cool-ass looking elephant dude. That's it. That's the only one I knew. Visually, like word-wise, you know, you've heard of Vishnu, you've heard of Shiva, you've heard these words. You don't actually know what they look like. There's plenty of that, and I just call monumental BS on this. The Chinese audience gets listened to. You didn't bow down to 10 cent, you bowed down to the East instead. And it seems more of a preventive move, going, we're going to bow down to the East before we have to bow down to 10 cent about Nuwa. That's what it felt like. Because they get a special treatment when you look at it that way. It's the East gets special treatment. Because the argument they made was, oh, how would you feel if we couldn't recognize Poseidon or Zeus? Like if they designed them in a way that you can't recognize them. And it's like, you have done things already where you've just made up the lore on gods already. You just go, no, screw it. This is the lore of this god, and this is what we're going to make them look like. There you go. Scylla don't look like that. Scylla does not look like that. We all know that. They ain't bowing down to us about Scylla and making her look like the crazy beast that we wanted to see. A lot of people wanted to see. And Scylla's great skin, though. Scylla's great. She looks funny. She's awesome as that little girl. But that is not what anyone envisioned. No one envisioned her being a little girl. Everyone saw her as this hellish beast that was going to be scary as balls, and we didn't get that. And that's too bad there. But you can't tell me you listened to the Eastern audience, and that's why we got Nuwa changed. But there's plenty of complaints about a lot of Western gods. And nothing's done about that stuff. I don't even know. I don't even know. It's a terrible excuse. And they should be calling on it. And that's why I'm calling them on it right now. It's just, you bowed down to the East again. I get that your big partner is 10 cent, so you have to do that. But come on. It doesn't look good. It really doesn't. And you don't have much choice. Like, we're going to see Alquang get changed out. He's going to get Hunbatched. Because they're going to make some sort of Mayan thing for Alquang, and then, I think it's going to be Mayan, and then Alquang's going to be something else later on. It's just, alright. It's very, I don't know. And then we see, now someone made a good point about the Latin American stuff. So there's Latin America Changa, and she looks racist as hell. Holy crap. It's probably hilarious in how stereotypical she is, but holy crap, is that a racist skin. That is as blackface as you can get with a Latin skin there. And it's Latin America only. And I was upset at first. I'm like, why the hell even show it to us? A skin we can't get. And then Remedies made a point. And that is, this is to get the Latin American players to go over to their servers. To leave the NA servers to go to their servers instead. So that one can grow through Latin America. Like, okay, good point. Like, if you play on that side, you get that Chimichanga skin. That's what you get. I'm like, okay, that's a good point. It's a good incentive they can do. Because there's not much keeping them from being on the NA EU servers. Because they're not China. China, of course, is locked to where they are, which is why China has to have its own server. So you get why they have to give some sort of incentive to get them to go over. That makes sense. And so Remedies made a good point. Yeah, there you go. Good point, Remedies, on that one. Still, Chimichanga, who doesn't want that skin? Well, who doesn't want that skin? Definitely. Racist as hell. Racist as hell. I'm waiting for a sombrero-wearing Amazon Cobb skin. I'm waiting for that one. That'll be... He's got to have a guitar on his back as well. Like, just full-on mariachi, that guy. Be hilarious. So racist, but it'd be hilarious as hell. Stereotypes are stereotypes. People find them funny. Sometimes not so funny. But there you go. Treasure chest. I think that's also the type of the treasure chest. So, the Janus buff. Janus did not need that buff, holy crap. I made the point that Janus is like Tyr in a way. Tyr didn't get nerfed for the longest time because people just played him poorly. And we see the other direction this is. Janus is getting buffed because people are playing him poorly. Because his skill ceiling is pretty high, and his skill floor is pretty high as well. While as Tyr's skill floor and ceiling is a lot lower, but people still did a bad job with him, and because of that, they didn't get nerfed while Janus is getting buffed. Serket is a little bit different. Serket is very deadly. She's getting buffed for survivability because people are just dying too much with her. And she is squishy as hell. She's very squishy. Her kit is very strong. The problem is she's so squishy it's hard to pull it all off. If she was strong, if she had more HP or was less of a glassy god, she would be scary OP. But she's not because of that. So there you go with that. And so that's why she's getting buffed, because people just keep getting killed with her. It's more of a survivability buff with her this time, though, than anything else. What was it? Rama getting nerfed. Rama, I hope this is the death of Solo Rama, because I don't really like Solo Rama. I feel like it's doable, but I don't like it, because I've seen more people fail with Solo Rama than succeed with it, so I'd rather not see it at all. But some people who like Solo Rama are going to want to keep doing Solo Rama, but I guess we'll see. It might still be fine, because you're only losing about 125 mana if you do the whole thing, and you'll be at a point where that's fine later on. At the start it'll hurt you a little bit because you don't have a lot of mana, but if you got blue buff then you're good. And really, that's it for the patch, besides just actually talking about the patch in general later on. Oh yeah, Bumba Mask gives that extra 10 to pets now, which means Vulcan's turret. I'd like to see how that works for jungle Vulcan for sure. Treasure chest. Talk about the treasure chest. So you can get convention skins. You can get holiday skins. You can get the super rare Nuke Ymir, and Hercules skins. The tiny head Hercules skins. And what does it tell you? What it'll tell you is I have disposable income. That's what it tells you. That or I have a ridiculous amount of money. That's the same thing. Or I really love Hi-Rez. There's two ways to put this. If you want to give money to Hi-Rez and you don't care what you get back for it, then you do the treasure chest. That's really one way to put it. Or if you just have money, you don't care, treasure chest. If this is what I want to say to you guys, if you don't have a lot of money, don't waste your time on the treasure chest. Just get what you want, specifically what you want, and just stick with that. Don't try to get the Ymir, don't try to get the Herc, don't try to get the convention skins or the holiday skins. Just get specifically what you want. Don't waste your gems on the treasure chest. But if you got the money to spend, and you want to keep supporting Hi-Rez and Smite, then go on ahead and do treasure chest. Because you can get voice packs that you don't want, you can get... I don't know about recolors. I hope to God you can't get recolors and gold skins using this treasure chest. If you do, it is a waste of time for everyone. So I don't know about that. But you can get voice packs for whatever. I think someone said you can also get icons, which is also a gigantic waste of time. You get ward skins as well, though. So if you don't like the ward skins, that's another thing you might not want to do. But then you can, of course, get those rare skins that are going to be really nice for you if you want them. The only convention skin I don't have is Artemis. So it'd be nice to get that one, but I don't know if I'm going to do the risk of that. Also, I don't have the income to do that. Well, I do have some gifted gems, so I could try it if I want. And I don't know. If someone said, here's gems, use it on the treasure chest, then fine, I would do that. But I think that's the only inclination I would have to do the treasure chest, is if someone said, specifically, I want you to do the treasure chest. That's it. Besides that, I would just use it on whatever voice packs like or skins are like. And that'd be it. But you can get these rare skins or whatever. The Nuclear Hercules Nuclear Ymir looks great, but god dang. I don't know. Just, you got the scratch, do it. You don't have the scratch, don't do it. Simple as that, really, for the treasure chest. It's just another way to make money for Hi-Rez, and that's not a bad thing. You want them to make money so that they can grow and do more things. But it's just a little grabby there, I guess. And that's it. I think we want overtime. Maybe we're near the time. There's always plenty to talk about. We didn't talk about other things. Metros is done. Metros was really fun to do. Not a lot of people liked it, but we enjoyed it a lot. Maybe in a couple of years we'll do another thing like Metros. Because it is a very fun thing to do. Like, full on what we did with Metros. We'll probably do little things like Metros in the future, but a full on series like Metros probably not going to happen for a while because it just doesn't get the reward it deserves. It was really fun, but we'll do something else with it. And yeah, and let's see here. I'm going to be gone the 12th to the 17th, and then school starts on the 18th, so we'll see how that all affects my schedule, and then Jinx will start school eventually as well. I'm going to school on my birthday, I think. And that's it for everything. But really, the challenge is to, when the patch comes out Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, whenever it comes out, it's going to be a rant about Nuwa a little bit, and advice on the treasure chest, like what I already said here. But the idea is how do I word it and present it so it's not just me complaining, but me going, this is what it says, and that's not a good thing for the Nuance stuff, because I really don't like how they bowed down to the East on this one. Yeah, they listen to the West quite a bit on this or that, whatever, but it's just a weird thing they did with Nuwa. It really is. Nuwa is very recent. We have other guys that could really use remodels, and she's the one that got the focus for BS reasons. Because giving that reasoning means you should be doing a lot of things for other gods. Because there's other gods who obviously don't represent them as well as they could. Some guys you just want, let's make a character out of it in a way. That's what you've done. That's basically what you should be doing, is making your own kind of spin on things, and they've done that. But for some reason, when it comes to the Chinese ones, you can't do your spin anymore. That's why their spin of Sun Wukong's went from the goofy monkey to this badass monkey, which is not a bad thing, but it's also, okay, bending to the east a little on that one. And then we're going to see the same thing with Alkong. They're going to bend to the east again on that, and they bent to the east on Nuwa. And the question is, how long do you bend before you do a complete flip bend over is the concern there, but that's probably over worrying anyway. But you see the cracks, you hope it doesn't get bigger, basically. But there we go, that is the vlog. I had fun watching, and that's what's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.